is somehow forgotten that you are faced with circumstances you can't get through. Right now it seems that there's no way out and you're going under. But God's proven time and time again, He'll take care of you, and He'll do it again.
Thursday Reflection, August 30, 2018. The Lord has heard your complaint. The Lord spoke to Moses and said, I have heard the complaining of the Israelites. Say to them, at twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall have your fill of bread. Then you shall know that I am the Lord your God. Exodus 16, verse 11 and 12. A month had now passed since the people of Israel left Egypt, and they were in the wilderness between Elim and Mount Sinai. It's not the life they expected having left Egypt. So they began to complain to Moses and Aaron. If only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. There we sat around pots of meat and ate all the food we wanted. But you have brought us out into the desert to starve this entire assembly to death. The Israelites were disappointed because this was not the life they had envisioned after leaving Egypt. They expected a life filled with security, happiness, contentment, joy, food, and a home after all. It was God who took them out of bondage. There they were in the wilderness with nothing to eat, so they grumbled and complained. As I reflected on this, I wondered whether or not I am at the stage of my life that I would like to be. As a Christian for over 19 years, I thought I would have accomplished much more at this point in my life. There have been times I felt I was in the wilderness with no meat or bread. I felt I was going to die. Can you relate? Have you ever thought you would have accomplished more at this stage in your life? The Israelites were disappointed with their status in life, so they complained to Moses and Aaron. We too at points might have become disappointed with life and shared our frustrations, grumblings, and complaints with others. Hear the watchword for today. The Lord said, I have heard the complaining of the Israelites. Even though the children of Israel were not directly talking to God, or maybe they were through Moses, God heard their complaints for meat. I am here to remind someone that God has heard your complaint. Your complaint of frustration, lack of meat, a need for a home, the need for bread, a need for a vehicle, or for money. Whatever that complaint is, it has not fallen on deaf ears. We do not serve a God that is deaf, nor unwilling to help. The text continues, at twilight they will receive meat, and in the morning they will have their fill of bread. God is not only a God who listens to our complaints, but He is a God who addresses our complaints. They complained about meat, so the Lord gave them meat. And they complained about food, so the Lord provided bread. In the middle of the wilderness, the Lord, out of a thin air, provided for them. Not only that, He went beyond their expectation in providing manna. Be encouraged. The Lord has heard you, and the Lord will provide for you. I do not know when your twilight is coming, but look for meat. I do not know when your morning will come, but the Lord will provide bread. And when the Lord has provided for you out of a thin air, you will know it was the Lord. Until next week, wait for your twilight and your morning, for the Lord has heard your complaint.
If you'll just take a look at where you